We're very happy to have Jeff Grout with us here today to talk about building high-performance teams. Jeff is an expert in all aspects of people, from recruitment to retention, engagement, interviewing, and has worked with businesses such as Amazon, HSBC, so we're in very good company. Thank you very much, Jeff.
A pleasure.
Building high-performance teams, what does it mean to have a high-performing team?
A high-performing team is where everybody is engaged on the same journey, but everyone is looking to give of their best, because every day people come to work with discretionary effort that they can only volunteer. It can't be forced out of them, and therefore it's creating an environment where everyone wants to give of their best.
Okay, so what would an ideal environment look like to get that discretionary effort?
It's an environment where people feel that they have an important role to play, however junior they might be. They feel that their contribution is recognised. They're aware of what the objectives and the priorities are of the organisation, and they get regular feedback in terms of how they're doing.
So recognition is a key part.
Absolutely.
Of managing your people, really.
Yeah.
Okay, and what do you think is the most important thing for employers to look at when they are recruiting a new member of the team?
Well, first of all, what determines success within your organisation? And I would say many employers don't really know what they're looking for. In fact, they're focused so much on just three things: skills, qualifications and experience. They lose sight of the fact that the true determinants of success in almost every job has much more to do with attitude and behaviour than skills, experience and knowledge.
In our industry especially, there's a lot of need for to have that level of skills, be aware of the legislation. So experience, a lot of estate agents and letting agents will hire based on experience. So you're saying attitudes and behaviours is actually something that should be considered just as well.
I think you're quite right that they're looking for previous experience. But then you have to ask yourself, why is this person they're interviewing looking to leave? And they may well be looking to leave because actually they're not doing very well where they currently are. And the temptation then is to get the experience to maybe make things a bit quicker, but often they're taking on someone that's decidedly average. Whereas if you can really define what the real behaviours are, you can identify someone who currently might be a teacher, a nurse, or doing something completely different, but they bring the right values, the right behaviours in order for them to be successful.
So in an interview, how do you get to the bottom of somebody's core values, I suppose, what their attitude and behaviours are likely to be like?
Yeah.
How do you get
values are really important because values determine how someone's going to behave, and therefore the better you can understand their value system, the more likely you'll understand how they're going to behave in the first place. Now, even some people are not aware what their values are, so sometimes just exploring those people or events in their lives that have helped shape them. It could be a supportive teacher or a coach. It might be the impact of a parent. It could be a positive experience, or maybe some form of family tragedy, maybe a death in the family, a bereavement, a redundancy. All these things will impact on someone's value system.
Definitely. So once we've understood that and we've gone through the interview, we're on board, what in your experience, what's the best way to keep engagement with our teams?
Well, first of all, make sure there's lots of two-way communication. People want to be heard, they want to know that their opinion counts. So therefore, for the business leader to create opportunities, formal, informal, to have a good two-way discussion. And what I found from experience that good leaders go to great lengths to create proper dialogue with the people that work for them. And sometimes the insurmountable problem, a junior member of staff can give you the answer.
Yeah, very true. Great. And to summarise, in your experience, what do you think is the number one thing when it comes to people for employers to consider?
What is it that really drives them? What is it that actually will make them get out of the bed in the morning? What will make them give of their best? And sometimes the leader is not giving them what they need in order to perform. But if they understand that, then maybe some change of leadership behaviour can lead to a significant improvement in that person's performance.
Great. And final question, I'm very conscious of the fact that you're the expert in interviewing, and I'm mindful that you've interviewed Alan Sugar, you've got Richard Branson coming up. So what questions should I have asked you that I haven't asked you yet?
That's a good one. I suppose, what would be some of the key determinants to be successful within the agency business? And I've worked with a number of agencies and interviewed a lot of their high performers. And I'm very clear that there are essentially three components to success.
Okay.
One is what I call drive, which is very much an irresistible desire for success. And it is about not giving up easily. It's about being persistent and tenacious. The second thing is the ability to influence and work with other people. So I call this interpersonal effectiveness. This is the ability to influence, to persuade, to cajole, to convince someone to do something. But also within a team environment, to be supportive, to share information, to listen, to communicate. And lastly, it doesn't sound very sexy, but people to do what they say they're going to do. It's meeting commitments, it's being planned and organised. And as I say, something that can actually differentiate you is the fact that you always do what you say you're going to do.
Brilliant. Thank you very much, Jeff.
Okay, thank you.